Good morning. Welcome to Wednesday's Early Morning Intuitive Guidance. I'm Dr. Bonnie Nussbaum here with some words of wisdom to start your day off well. And today we need an extra dose of starting off well. Let's breathe. Let's start with the breath because everything moves on the breath and we need things to move. So, breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. Breathing and allowing. Good morning, Joniel. Glad you're here. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Letting your shoulders drop, wiggling your head. In through the nose, out through the mouth. And we have a most interesting card today. A most interesting card. The universe is supporting us, as it always does. The universe is supporting us. Regardless of what's going on the 3D level, the 4D and 5D are being taken care of. So, breathe. And I'd like to wait until, there's Angie. Good morning, Angie. Glad you are here. Welcome, welcome. I was just going to say, I'd like to wait till a few more of you pop on here so we can do this together. We can do this together. Because again, this is about us becoming one. I don't care what happened with the election. This is about us becoming one. This is about releasing perceived divides. This is about staying in grace. Okay, everybody breathe in grace. Let it go. Some are celebrating today. Some are packing today to leave the country. I've already dealt with, what time are we at? 6:15 in the morning. I've already dealt with extreme anger, extreme fear, doubt, the whole shebang. This is merely part of our process. This is merely part of our process. There are, out of this, one of the things that's going to come because of the level of disappointment and disbelief. Good morning, Gwen. Glad you're here. Is the opportunity to continue to up-level in the face of what some people are going to view as a success, some people are going to view as a travesty. Does not matter. We still are walking our path. Good morning, Cindy. Glad you're here. Welcome, welcome. We still are walking our path. And I have to tell you, the card for today blew me away. It is not at all what I expected, nor were the results. It is not at all what I expected. But when I looked at it, I thought, how eloquent. How eloquent is the universe in sending us this card? Good morning, Beth. Glad you are here. Welcome, welcome. We've got, it says 4, but I think I said hi to more than 4 already. Come on in. Come on in. Let's gather together here. Let's gather together. Let's sit and drink tea. Let's talk about grace. Let's talk about how we move on, how we continue to step forward in faith. For some people, this is going to be a huge blow to their faith. Don't allow it to be that. Don't allow it to be that. Keep the faith. Think about some of those who exercised tremendous faith. Nelson Mandela, what was it, 39 years in prison? 39 years in prison? Come on. We can do this. We can keep walking forward in faith. We can link our arms. Good morning, Carolyn. Glad you are here. We can breathe into what is. Please don't waste your precious energy fighting what is. This is the unfolding. This is the unfolding. We may not understand it. We may not like it. But as I read the headlines, the first image that popped into my mind was London being bombed in World War II. And what did the people in London do? Cleaned up the mess, buried their dead, got on with life. Look at London now. It functions. It's a destination. It is a whole different thing than when it was walking through the dark night of its soul, right? Good morning, good morning, good morning, Carolyn. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you for the rainbow. Keep your eyes open. Keep breathing. Breathe some more here. Questions to ask ourselves. What are we meant to learn from this? Where are we meant to go? Each of us individually, where are we meant to go with this? Good morning, Mel. And as a collective. And as a collective, where are we meant to go with this? Approach it from, isn't this interesting? We've got our 8 people on here. Our magic number 8, infinity. Things go on. Regardless of how things unfold, things go on. Good morning, Ruth Ann. Glad you are here. Welcome, welcome. So, I was thinking from my human 3D brain that the card that I was going to pull, and it showed up on the bottom of the deck, which is interesting, was something about respite, retreat, pulling in, regrouping, blah, blah, blah. Nope, exactly the opposite. So I want to share this card with you. I want you to breathe this card in. I want you to then go out today and walk this path. This is where we're going, all right? Denise Lynn, The Sacred Forest. The card, Blow My Mind, is Spirit Guardian of Spring. Hello, Janine. Welcome. Glad you are here. We have a really good card for today. Really good card. Activation. Activation. I want to move it closer so you can see the little birds around the maypole. Isn't that cool? Good morning, Mandy. I am glad you are here. We have Spring, or Spirit Guardian of Spring. Activation. Breathe in. Breathe out. And I want you to pass this message on to at least 3 other people today. 3 other people, because you are going to be encountering people. People who are positive, people who are bereft, people who are gloating, people who are, you're going to find it all, right? Take this message with you. Take this message with you, please, and spread it around. Because the more of us that get on board with this message sooner rather than later, the more this process will move forward and move us through this. All right? Spring Guardian, or Spirit Guardian of Spring, activation. Daffodils are surfacing through the dark, rich soil. Tiny green buds are bursting forth on every tree as a cacophony of birdsong fills the air. Good morning, Angela. Glad you are here. Welcome. Just soak up the message. You may have a hard time feeling like you can open your heart to soak up this message. Do your best. Do what you can do. Flowers are bursting into bloom, and there's a wild scampering through the forest as creatures, large and small, revel in the glorious energy of spring. A new cycle has begun again. Yes, a new cycle is beginning. To many, does it seem like a very dark cycle? Probably. That's okay. Breathe anyway. It is a cycle. It is a cycle to move through. There is life on the other side. There is. Do not hesitate. The time is now. Take action. It's okay if you are hesitant or even afraid. Face that fear and do it anyway. The tendency is going to be among those who their result didn't happen to pull in, to become small, to go into shallow breathing, to be fearful. Breathe deeply. Good morning, Janice. I'm glad you are here. We need to stay in deep breath. We need to stay in engagement. We need to not shrink back. Stand strong. Feel your feet right now on Mother Earth. Feel that Mother Earth is so much bigger than this result. Feel that the universe is so much bigger than this result. And can you say to yourself, there are things that I need to learn from this outcome. There are things that I will come into understanding with this outcome. There will be some things I will not come into understanding with. I won't get it ever. That's okay. That's okay. Trust in the uncertainty. We've had how many cards leading up to this? This is merely our next part of the walk. That's all it is. That's all it is. It feels like this huge paroxysm of pain and unreality and whatever. Breathe. Keep breathing. Everything unfolds. Everything. We create our own grief. by making assumptions. This is going to mean this, this, this. Allow it to unfold. Keep doing what comes right in front of you. That's what you focus on today. And staying in grace. That's going to be my word for today. I wore pink on purpose. It is a grace-filled color, in my opinion. All right, let's keep going. There are times to pull back and think carefully before every action, but this isn't one of those times. Forge forward with courage and certainty. Courage and certainty. You may not have any certainty about what all the ramifications of this decision that people made are going to have. But we need to step forward in faith. We need to keep going. How many times have we been through shit like this, right? When Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. got killed, when John F. Kennedy got killed. The world went into these spasms of fear and spasms of, oh my God, what now? We've done this walk before. We can do this walk again. We can keep going. We can keep going despite the results. It does not matter. It does not matter. Let's keep going here. Courage and certainty. A new beginning awaits you. And this dark door through which many are going to walk. And I'm going to also say, there are going to be a whole lot of people who choose to leave the planet. They're just not going to choose to face the unfolding. But those of us who stick around, those of us who watch with curiosity and faith and trust and grace, can see how this will unfold. We're just going to allow it. We're just going to keep walking, keep stepping forward in faith. Martin Luther King Jr.'s words, you may not see the whole staircase. Right now we may not even see the next step. Keep stepping forward in faith. This next part is so spot on, I can't even tell you. So when I read this, like when I got the card, I thought, what is this saying? Good morning, Linda. We're up to 13 of you on here. 13 of you. 14. There we go. Good morning, Mel. Glad you're here. If each of you takes a piece of this message and goes out and talks to 3 people today, 3 hurting people, or 3 bragging people, or 3 scared people, or 3 frustrated people, 3 terrified people. Yes, yes, yes. If each of you takes a piece of this message and carries it forth to 3 people, that's 39 people. Those 3 people take it on. We've done this math before, haven't we? When we did the little book, Holy Moments, I think that's what it was called, Holy Moments, and he did the math of how many iterations it would take to cover everybody on earth getting this message. This isn't going to take us much. Keep the faith. Keep the faith. Here we go. You might experience some chaos and turmoil. No shit. You might experience some chaos or turmoil, but that is all part of this exciting time of activation. This is what we needed to have happen to activate us sufficiently to move to a higher level of vibration. This is what needs to happen to activate enough of us to move things the direction that is that higher order of vibration. Do not allow upheaval to disrupt your forward trajectory. Cindy, would you please put that in the feed for me? Do not allow upheaval to disrupt your forward trajectory. Keep stepping forward in faith. Please, please. Be courageous and forthright. Be courageous and forthright. We can do this. We do hard things. We do hard things. Make your decisions swiftly and with confidence, and then act on them with steely resolve. Help your neighbors. Help your neighbors. There are going to be bits and bops of fallout here. There's going to be some big tidal waves here. Help your neighbors. Help people survive. Help people continue. Help people see that there is still light. There is still light. Make your decisions swiftly and with confidence, and then act on them with steely resolve. We're not going to roll over. We're not going to curl up into little balls and fall to pieces. We are a strong people. Stand up. Claim your power. In ancient times, people employed springtime ceremonies to clear out the old and invite in the new. Thank you, Cindy. I greatly appreciate that. Spring was seen as a time of new life, seeds sprouting, eggs hatching, animals giving birth, and new beginning. Spring also refers to hope, renewal, growth, youth, and love. And a tree grows in Brooklyn. A sunflower grows in the cracks down the road here. We will grow through this. We will grow through this. Ceremonies were done to honor this transition in life. So, I vote light a candle. Today is a day for candles. Today is a day for light. Turn on every light in your house. Do not hide in the dark. Do not hide in the dark. Turn on every light in your house. Light a candle. The spirit guardian of spring says, get ready. Big changes are ahead. And I know many of you are going to say, yeah, and they are going to be shitty changes, and they're going to hurt a whole lot of people. Perhaps, yes. They're going to happen anyway. Good morning, Diane. Glad you're here. Breathe into the changes. Allow. Keep walking your path in integrity. There's another beautiful word for today. Grace and integrity. Grace and integrity. Be who you are. Be the kind heart in this sea of hatred. Be the kind heart. Will it crack you open? Yes. But as Rebecca Campbell says on her call to light workers, we need you cracked open. Is it painful? Absolutely, it's painful. Is it in service of this change that is coming? Absolutely. Absolutely. Things that have been incubating are now coming to life. A profound transformation is ahead. Take risks. Keep going. Prepare for this time of upheaval, fluctuations, and renewal. And the end result will be glorious. Good morning, Charlene. Glad you are here. And I know many of you are thinking this is going to be anything but glorious. Look longer. Look further down the road. Let's use a house example. Have any of you ever watched it's two guys, Keith and Evan, and they buy up old, shitty houses in Detroit in very gutted neighborhoods, and the kinds of neighborhoods where all of our black and brown people live, right? Because they got shoved aside. Good morning, glad you're here. It is good to be cracked open. Yes, absolutely, it's good to be cracked open. But they come in, they look at this house, they buy it for $1,000. It looks like it's been through a war, and they make it beautiful. They make it beautiful. That's what we are doing right now. Our house is a mess. Our house has ceilings falling down, the back of the house is falling off, there's leakage, there's floorboards missing, the front door is gone, the porch is falling off. It is a hot mess. We're coming in and we're doing repairs. And it may not seem like the tearing off of all of this stuff. We may get it down to the studs. That may be, and we may have to replace a bunch of joists, etc., etc. It's the overhaul. It's the overhaul. And whatever's happening in the mainstream, there is so much around it. You know, I've been trying to figure out how to, I want to say somewhere I transcribed the recording. It was a recording and I've got it on my phone. It's on my, what is that called? The voice memo thing. I don't know how to move it from there to somewhere where you guys can access it, because listening to it is amazing, So if any of you are really techie and you can give me the directions for how I get it from my voice memo on my iPhone to upload it here to allow everybody to grab onto that energy of this is cracking us open. Is it a painful process? Yes. Are we going to be able to shine so much more light cracked open? Hell yes. Hell yes. All right. So there is method to this madness. There is spring to this winter. There is spring to this winter. Spring will come. We may be going through the dark night of the soul for a while here. Spring will come. We need t-shirts. Spring will come. Spring will come. Keep the faith. Keep breathing. Do not death scroll today, please. I'm imploring you. Do not death scroll. Allow time. Allow unfolding. Allow some balm for your heart. What do you need today? Do you need to sit outside and listen to the birds? Do you need to go for a walk and breathe in tree energy? Do you need to bake some bread? Baking bread is always a good thing. What do you need to do? And maybe you share some of that bread with your neighbor. How will you rise up today? What will you do? I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to deal with some pockets of disaster. I am going to go over to the perpetual rummage sale, and I'm going to get rid of some stuff, box it up for St. Vincent de Paul. I am going to move some things in other places and make room for the new. Ding, ding, ding. I am going to clean. I'm going to clean. Let's do this stuff. This will put us in the position, and I got to see if I can find my Rebecca Campbell. If I could even give you the words. I would love to have you hear her voice, but if I can even give you the words, I think that will be helpful now. We are linking arms. I want you to feel it. Feel the crook of my arm and the crook of your arm. Feel one on the other side. We are linking arms. We are coming together. Yes, allow tears and sadness, and then rise up. Rise up into higher vibration. No amount of darkness can shut out the light. Keep focused on the light. Have light around you. Have light around you as a reminder. We can do hard things. Have an awesome day. If you want to reach out to me through the messaging thing, feel free. Feel free. Stand in strength. We are strong. We can do this. Remember, you are capable of far more than you think you are. That tagline has extra meaning today. I love you all. I'm sending you good vibration. We can do this.